Hello, my name is Alex. I'm doing a 30-day challenge where I learn to speak better English, talk to camera, as well as build my mind-mouse connection. Today's topic is a random childhood memory. Well, I don't remember much about when I was a kid, but there are definitely a few incidents or a few pieces of memory that have stuck with me till this day. One of them was when I was like maybe uh 11, 12 years old. My dad at that time was working in Japan. So I'm based in Taiwan and he was working in Japan for a brief while. And I think it was during like summer no, I think it's uh yeah, I think it's like summer break, end of summer break. And I went to visit him in Japan by myself. So I was like 12, 11 years old. And for the first time, I went to the airport, which was like 1 hour away by taxi. And I went to the airport by myself and then fly all the way to Japan, took the plane by myself. And it was the first time in my life that I have ever done that sort of solo adventure. You can call that a solo adventure. So it had stuck with me because since then I haven't done a lot of solo adventures. So um I went there to visit my dad. I arrived in Tokyo, and there was like a car that picked me up. I think I stayed there with my dad in a hotel room and also his dormitory for like 3 days, something like that. Anyway, my dad was, he had to work during the day, so I spent a lot of time just by myself walking in Tokyo. Before it was like almost 20 years ago, so Google Map was not really a thing and smartphone wasn't really a thing, so I had to buy a physical map, open it up, and then learn to navigate the subway system. Like if you don't know like Japanese subways, like it's one of the craziest subway in the world. It's so complicated even 20 years ago. And I had to look up where I want to go on like a physical guidebook. It wasn't nowadays. You just have like Google it or ask ChatGPT come up with a travel itinerary, itinerary and travel plan. But back then, if you want to go to travel, you have to like open up a physical travel books. There was a lot of like travel guidebooks back then, and I had to follow like a guidebooks to and a map to traverse Tokyo. And I think it was like my a big self revelation moment of sorts where I learned that I am pretty good at directions, and I'm okay with just being by myself without companies. So I spent like at least 3 days, when my dad was working, just walking on the Tokyo street, enjoying the view, and going to the popular places. And I think as we grew up, we sort of, at least I sort of, lost that ability to do things on my own. I was okay back then to just walk in a restaurant to just order food to eat, even as a kid. And nowadays, I feel like really uncomfortable. When I'm by myself, just walk into a restaurant and just eat by myself. A lot of times it feels weird and out of place. And it was, as a kid, I you don't really overthink that much, like how people view you if you go to a restaurant or if you go to like a museum or anywhere by yourself. But nowadays, I don't know, for some reason, just lost the ability to do all this fun stuff by myself. Whether it's going to a museum, going to an exhibition, going to a movie, going to a restaurant. Doing it alone just feels sort of out of place in a way. It's like you get these feelings, right? Like, how people going to view you. You're sitting alone there by yourself, you're some kind of uh outcast, the old one out. And I think that is the memory that's has this memory has stuck with me because it was during a time where you're ignorant as a kid. You don't really care much about the world. You don't really care much what other people think. And I do think that doing things alone by yourself has become like I would say become something that I want to be able to get back to. Over the past couple of years, whenever I want to do something, I always have like a partner or friends that to go with. And now that it is something that I want to be able, the ability, the fearlessness to do things alone, to go to eat or maybe go to exhibition or movie theater by myself, is something that I want to be able to develop the courage to do. So I don't know, maybe this whole YouTube thing will help. Hopefully. Yeah, so that is a piece of memory that has stuck with me. And thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.